Welcome to Being Outdoors.
This is Brandon.
I'm Aaron.
Let's do it again. Okay.
Sorry, we're having this posted now again.
Once again, we're sorry about the sound, the noise quality, any bomb wars or planes in the background. We are out in our
First
shed, aka garage. But
yeah.
nobody needs to know that. And sorry for the lighting, same crappy lighting. We'll show you that in a minute or two. But today we figured we would show you guys around our first shed, because as you probably would see in our last video, which might be our first video today, there should be 3 videos today, or no, 2. Two. Okay, so we're gonna show you around our first shed, show you guys some of the things we have, some of the things we've made.
You're about a month away from trapping season coming, right?
All right, we got the camera off the tripod. Well, first of all, we just wanted to show you what we're using for lighting right now. Just this bar light, you know, nothing fancy.
Shop light.
It kind of sucks. So, Aaron, or my dad, is gonna. It's weird to call him Aaron. So if I call him Dad, yeah, he's my dad.
Well, first off, we have our clipboard. We're keeping count of all our equipment. We have,
which, as you can see, we don't have any for right now. We just got to list all of our equipment. I think we have it listed right here.
but we keep a count of our traps, so we know what we got at the end of the year. We should have an accurate count.
Let me see this. Get them over here.
Which now is increased. We got to add more.
Want to take that top one?
That's our need list.
Yeah. So if you guys want to pause the video and look through that, see what we have, feel free.
But anyways, Brandon's got a couple set coyote traps here. His big shovel for big pockets or whatever he's got to have. Fish oil. We keep that shelf for our liquid scents. These are all his traps plus the new ones he got this weekend. We try to keep everything hanging and organized. Berkshire stakes.
Don't forget the coon cup setter and the drag.
Oh yeah, the new coon cup setter. The drag. For you don't have the right strength stakes or anything, you want to use this, it'll hang.
Or the wrong strength root.
Right. He found that out last year. Brandon almost lost a raccoon. But you can hang this and it hangs up in the brush. Oh, okay, hang that back up right. And over here we have our cabinets. We keep our sifters. Sifters are an important part to keep the big clumps of dirt off your traps. You just sift it over the top. Wire to where when you got trees.
Now, Dad, what gauge wire is that?
This is, I think, 17 gauge. Yes, it is 17 gauge. I got to get some more this year. This here is 14. We have coffee filters. These are for pan covers. You can slip them under the pan to keep the dirt and stuff from plugging it up. We have carts for traps. This is for our stakes. For coyotes. When you putting the coyote set in, they get angled in like this. That coyote can't pull the trap away and you've got your coyote.
Now guys, remember, we're new to trapping, so if you see anything we're doing wrong or we're using it wrong, feel free to tell us how you use it or how you think we should use it or a better way to use it. Feel free to comment.
Hunting on and fishing on a budget like we've always said. This came from Harbor Freight. $8. I'm going to get another pair of these yet. For cutting cable, chain link, if you're frozen in the ground and you need to get your trap out right away, you can clip that off. We use these boards here for setting the traps on. We've come to realize.
Because if you put them in the mud and you go to push down on them, they sink into the mud.
Yep.
It's just a lot easier. And remember, if you're trapping, nothing needs to be clean.
The coyotes and raccoons don't care about cleanliness.
If you're anything giggly and screechy in the background, that'd be my sister and her friend.
Then we have our cabinet here. We keep our logwood trap dye in. $3 a bag this was. Not a bad deal. We also bought, you guys can use open fire to do your cleaning and dyeing and whatever else you're going to do. We bought a turkey fryer.
You want to go show them that?
We'll do that when we go out.
Okay, we'll show you guys that later. For the lawnmower noise in the background, but...
Let me get the water out here. Squirrels are hiding stuff.
I would have said that foot wax would falling out. But we've been using this turkey fryer instead of an open fire pit to melt our wax and dip,
boil, everything. $10 at a garage sale.
And dye. Yeah. Got our wax in there. So, yeah. Clip of that.
$10 at a garage sale. Don't go buy $50 one brand new to do this garbage because the wax stays in there. $10 at a garage sale. And there's the gloves we showed you in the previous video. We bought those. We got these at our local, or city next door. 2 pairs for $1. This is what we use to set traps all the time. Rubber pads.
Because trust me, if you get a trap bare to the finger, it don't feel good. It doesn't feel better.
'Em. It doesn't break them or nothing. It stings a little bit.
And last year I managed to catch my hand at the back of the trap, the back of my hand in the trap, and he managed to catch his fingers twice.
And then we have our scent bag. My gloves are in there.
Scent bag, aka tool carrier.
Two pitch.
Remember, hunting on a budget.
Yep. Bought these at Minnesota Trap Line. I ordered 2 sets already. Brandon has one. I have one. It makes the setting of a trap much easier.
Yeah. And it's highly, highly hard to get.
We
your
are in
hands
Wisconsin,
on.
so we have a Mills Fleet Farm or a Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Pretty much the same place. We bought this little shovel.
Slash pickaxe
Yep.
with a little saw. The saw doesn't work the greatest though.
$5. If I remember correctly.
But then again, going through the wood with a 30-pound pickaxe is hard. So something like that is a lot easier to use.
This tote here was $7. It's plenty big enough for putting our scents in and just our tools we need. Once again, okay. And then we got ambitious this year. Found it on another YouTube channel. You learn everything on YouTube, you know, nowadays, guys. We made our own trapping baskets. This is yours, Brandon?
No, that's yours. I use
This is
black.
mine. Garbage can, some nuts and bolts. Total cost in the project was $10, $15 at
Yeah,
max.
for the both of them.
For the both of them. Oh yeah, and we have our little trapping shovels. I mean, we got rope in there. We keep our shovels in one spot.
And the best thing about these is anything you have, you make it what you want to take with you. Say for an instance, we wanted to put our machetes on the side, so we just took
did.
some paracord and we
Attach it to the.
attached it to the side.
And it fits right on your back. We'll put our traps in there, and away we go. Versus $70 or better.
For a basket that you can't modify. Well, you can modify it, you just wreck a $70.
And then we come. Oh, and we got these. And we found a hammer, Brandon. We were looking for it.
Yep.
Our scanning game rails.
There's one more over there, as you can see the yellow row.
So we got 2 stations for that.
I just put them up earlier so that they weren't in the way of the...
Once again, in that previous video where we were setting up our blinds, the same farmer is letting us trap. He's having a problem with raccoons. More than happy to let us come on.
Which we were sad to hear this morning that he had a barn fire.
Yes, they suffered a barn fire yesterday. So.
Which might I mention that it's only a month, less than a month, since he had his tractor start on fire.
So we're planning on getting a lot of raccoon this year. We are crossing our fingers. He's got lots of problems with it, so it sounds like he's got lots going on. But for right now, the rope, I wanted a chain, but for right now this will work because I don't think a raccoon is going to take much pressure to skin, I'm hoping. We still have to get a small freezer for in here to put the hides. Because we're going to sell green. We might start trying this year to skin our own and do all that stuff. Oh, and we forgot one other thing. We bought 2 boards for drying raccoon hides. We're going to make our own. We're going to use them as
We'll bring them out and we'll get a separate shot of them too.
Yeah. Then you come to my wall, same business. I've got my Berkshire stakes out hanging up now. All my traps. I've got number 2s for coyote. And I've also, the wife bought me these for Christmas. I've got number 3s for coyote.
Am I moving that gate reel back up? So it's out of the way.
Yep. With drags on, because here in Wisconsin, the ground gets mighty hard during the winter, so I'm going to use drags this year. I have stakes out in the ground in the woods yet that I can't get out. I might try yet. And I have my stuff over here. Oh! And I also have a little hatchet.
My hatchet's in the house, but it's not the same as his.
At our local Menards, which is like a hardware store that sells wood and that, I paid $8 for this one. Doesn't need to be fancy. If hard ground gets too hard, I can use it to whack the ground up for whatever I need.
Oh, yesterday we forgot to mention it in our trapping convention video. We forgot to mention, which state was it that was having the problems that they're gonna...
Montana.
So, Montana is trying to shut down the trapping season and make it illegal to trap on Local property, everything.
Public property.
Public property. So if you guys want to post your opinion on the matter down in the comments, feel free. We're open to anybody's opinions.
Trapping is not bad.
No. You just have to do it the humane way.
But we're trying to keep things organized. We're like, this is just going into our second year. We've really not spent a lot. The most cost we have is with our new traps that we bought. And that's $400 initial setup.
For how many?
For 2 dozen.
For 2 dozen.
Or 4 dozen. 4 dozen. And I had a guy I worked with gave us some of these. We bought for $3.
Those were the first traps we ever got.
Dozen.
Those were the first traps we ever had.
And last year, if you don't know the people real well, make sure you get it in writing. You can go on their property. Last year we ran into the issue. We went on the land, had the permission. The gentleman forgot. The son come running up to us. What in the heck are you doing on our land? I says, I have permission. I would not be on this land if I did not have it. He called his dad up.
And to the
I
son.
don't remember, blah, 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 blah. We were told, get your traps out of our land. We boogied, so we lost.
And ironically, the son passed away a month after.
2 months later, the son
2 months
passed away,
later.
fell down and hurt himself and passed away. But, long story short, we lost some traps. So mark where your traps are. We've got to get marking tape. We've only got a little left. Mark where each and every trap is.
And guys, we've learned that if you get this pegboard's easier to use for traps. This was already here when we moved in.
Yeah. All the pegboard here was here, so we're just starting to use it. It works pretty good to keep things organized. But we got to have thicker
Yeah, they're kind of
bent.
bent.
We're still working on it though. But like most stuff, we're buying cheap. Minnesota Trapline is a place I order. They actually do COD. Great place. They're friendly, and if they got a question, if we want it that way, they'll call you and ask you to try to save you money. And if you order over $50, they send you something free. You get to choose.
You got a free number.
We got Berkshire Bridger trap. I don't know if I.
Didn't you get one of these?
No, them were the ones for Christmas.
But they sent him a trap for free, which was cool. Even if it is one trap, you can't complain. It was free.
I actually don't know where it's off right now. I got a Bridger, a number 1.5, free. Can't argue with that. Free is good. That's one of the new ones. I have no idea where it's at right offhand. We just got done dyeing it, waxing. So everything's mixed in. Oh, my daughter gave me this one. This is a stop loss.
It was left in her house when she moved into her new house.
This is for muskrats. It's a 1. It's really easy to set up.
Wouldn't that be funny if you pinched yourself on video?
Hey folks, you want to see somebody get his fingers in a trap?
Yeah, we get a lot of views for that. Do it!
But this spring goes over here first before you set it. I've got one other number 1 and I don't know where it's hanging right offhand. I bought that at flea markets are another place to watch for traps.
Or garage sales.
Or garage sales. But before you buy, know what it costs brand new. The one flea market place, the guy wanted $7 a piece. You can almost get him that for brand new. Long Springs. It's not worth it.
But sometimes you have to think about it, new versus used for traps. Even if they're the same price, I'd get the used because then they're already rusted.
But we're doing these videos because we enjoy the outdoors. My son and I he's my hunting buddy and I enjoy being out in the woods with him. It gets us outdoors. We're hoping to do more videos. Please subscribe and like. We're just starting this trapping thing. We don't know everything.
And honestly, I feel bad for any child who has to be stuck in the city and never gets to see the stuff that I have in my life so far.
Yeah, the big city kids do not know what they're missing out in the woods. They don't. But we're working on it. I want to get some light back in here.
Which I'm going to take a pop at the DNR right now. That's the people who they hire, is the people who've never been out in the woods. I mean, for cripe's sake, around here, you know how they take the deer count? They count their shit. Pardon my French.
Poop piles. Or they'll do a count. They'll chase it, mark up property into squares and chase the deer from one to the other and count it. This doesn't work. Right now our deer herd is really hurting. I think here Missouri's isn't doing much better, but we're working on our trap at the first shed. We got to get, like I said, we got to get a freezer. We got to get our bench in here. And next thing I got to order is our fleshing beams because trapping season's coming. We're gonna at least get them skinned and fleshed and then put them in the freezer so they stay good so we can sell them. And so for right now, that's it. Us and me and the son are gonna go out and practice doing sets. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching Being Outdoors. Have a
Take
good
your
day.
kids out in the woods.